Faith and Entertainment. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is on Elvis Presley, Dolores Hart, the Bible, and the actress who became a nun. One of the fascinating and intriguing factoids of Hollywood history and pop culture that the woman who gave Elvis Presley his first on-screen kiss actually became a nun, Benedictine sister who only a couple of years ago turned 84, which makes her 86 now. Today, the Reverend Mother Dolores Hart lives at the Abbey of Regina Laudis, a picturesque, rural, and secluded enclave in Bethlehem, Connecticut. She's been there for the last 58 years. Those who live there are guided by the motto, "Let praise never cease." To be sure, Dolores Hart's last 60 years have been much different than her first decade of life. Born to teenage parents who eventually divorced when she was 3, she was mostly raised by her grandparents. Her parents were actors. I grew up on Mulholland Drive, watching the Klieg lights, just enamored at the lights from Sunset Boulevard, she once told ABC News. You can imagine what that meant to me as a 6-year-old to suddenly find myself wandering around 20th Century Fox movie lots, thinking that was going to be my future. In fact, Hollywood would be her future, at least for a season. As an amateur, she was cast in Lonely Hearts with Montgomery Clift and Wild as the Wind with Anthony Quinn. When she was 18 years old, Dolores Hart signed a movie contract with the producer Hal Wallace, who is best known for producing such hit classics as Casablanca and The Adventures of Robin Hood. Other stars in his studio at Warner Brothers included Humphrey Bogart and John Wayne. For the rising Hart, Wallace matched her with another ascending star, Elvis Presley. To be honest, I didn't know who he was, she said. In fact, when I first met him, I asked him what he did. I remember him being very courteous. He was an absolute gentleman and would call me Miss Dolores. And then I learned what a talented singer he was. By the time we did our second film, he couldn't walk down the street because there were so many people waiting for him and just wanted to touch him. It would be in Hart's first movie with Presley, Loving You, that the script called for the two to kiss. It's the last scene of the film, but when you walk in on a set, you're told this is the first thing you're going to do, she recalled with a smile. I remember I had to put my arms around him and kiss him. There were about 100 people on the soundstage. Seconds into it, the director, Hal Cantor, yells, "Cut." I thought, oh no, how can I kiss wrong? Turns out she was blushing. He immediately asked for a makeup man to come over to fix me up. I thought, what's going on? That's it. It's over for me. Well, Hal tells me, "Dolores, you're blushing in your ears. They're red. We need makeup." I was so embarrassed. After they fixed me up, she started again. And again, seconds later, he yells, "Cut. Get some makeup for Mr. Presley." When I looked, he was red. That's the way it was. We were just a couple of kids, but he was a simple and true man. Despite their fictional on-screen romance, Hart and Presley never dated, but they did read scripture together. I remember one moment when we were taking a break from filming, Sister Hart said in an interview, he walked over to me, handed me a Bible, and said, "Miss Dolores, would you open this book? What do you see? What does it mean to you?" And so I offered my opinion on what I was seeing, and from there we spent the time in between scenes talking about the Bible. I never expected a fellow actor, in particular, to have that kind of genuine curiosity. He wasn't trying to set up anything. There were no flash bulbs around to take pictures of us. He did it because it was in his heart. Dolores Hart's decision to leave acting came slowly and then suddenly. Though accomplished, she was feeling unsettled. While in a Broadway show, she decided to make a retreat to Abbey of Regina Laudis. The solitude and contemplative atmosphere were very appealing to her. And she told one of her nuns she was thinking about joining the order. She was told to go back to acting, which she did. Several years later, she believed God was calling her to make the break. Complicating her decision was a long-time engagement to architect Don Robinson. Though Dolores said she loved him, she didn't believe God wanted her to marry him. The breakup devastated her longtime best friend. "I was crushed," he would later say. "Are you kidding? I'm a human being. I loved her deeply and still do, and I always will." Don Robinson would never marry and visited Dolores Hart every year at the Abbey on Christmas and Easter. "Every love doesn't have to wind up at the altar," he said. He has since passed away. During her years at the Abbey, Dolores was taught visitors and other residents and corresponded with other actors and actresses, many of whom are seeking to find their purpose and calling in life. I think we all need to walk down the path of self-discovery and truly understanding our purpose. And part of doing that is coming together and sharing our experiences, both the joyful and the sorrowful ones. And I truly believe it's never too late. In all of my letters, I offer gratitude and prayers so that each individual can embark on their own personal journey. I think that Elvis's first on-screen kiss became a nun. Most people that would say something about him, but I think it's really cool because she's not the only person who said that Elvis during breaks would talk religion or God or the Bible or what. Donna Douglas was in, let me remember, Frankie and Johnny, the movie with Elvis, and they got real spiritual together and talked a lot during the breaks and stuff. So it's just good to hear. And then she must really had that calling strong to go from Hollywood actress making all this money to becoming a nun and taking the vow of poverty. So keep your ear open for God always. All I got for you guys. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. You have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.